That's right, I am on my grind. I'm so on my grind that I am only having the pre-stream be 3 minutes because I'm just so focused on my grind that I'm not even going to do the full 10 minutes of pre-stream I usually do. Hi everybody, hope everyone's having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are. Hi, it's more Final Fantasy. I'm locked in Final Fantasy jail. Hi Val, thank you for being first. Yeah, I literally I was setting up for stream, and then I saw check, but I was like, God damn it, I'm gonna miss another check stream. My stream streak is in ruins. Like, it has not been it has not gone over the number of 3 in weeks. Hey, so I'm just like, you know what? I still gotta do it. This is the pain, the burden I live through right now as a Final Fantasy 14, I guess I'm a Final Fantasy 14 streamer right now until I finish this goddamn playthrough. But yeah, right now we're in patch 5.5, and I looked up the list of quests for 5.5 and 5.55, and there's only there's less than 10 for both of them. I know a few of the quests are really long, but it's not that much. So maybe, just maybe, I can get to 6.0 by the time the stream ends, but I'm doubting it. So that's why we're just gonna fucking go for it at the very least. But yeah, hope everyone had a good weekend. A good weekend. Again, I said yesterday that my Saturday was very busy, and it was. Today was a lot more relaxed. So today was a chore day. We just went out and got groceries, you know, adult things, and then got home, made dinner, and started formatting more of the fucking writing thing I'm doing right now. It's over 1,000 pages now, so now I'm horrified. I'm just I'm not even done yet. Oh fuck. I'm not even close to being done yet. It's already at 1,000. And both of the files I'm working out of at the moment, because there's gonna be a third one. There's gonna be a third file. I just haven't gotten started on it yet because I'm focusing on the first two first. And I'm not even done with those yet, and they're already at 500 each. So I'm just fuck. I am screwed. I wrote too much, and I want to save too much, and oh boy, and it's not gonna stop here. Yeah, but right now, I'm going from the span of, for the writing, it was between, when did it start? It started in 2016, I believe, and we're going until 2020. And right now, I just got to 2018. I know that things very, very much slowed down in the later years, so I'm not fearing it too much, but still got 3 years to go. God damn it. Okay, anyway, let's get started. I'm here for a reason. Oh god, let me not think about the upcoming book printing hell that I've thrust myself into, because you know I can't stop doing projects for myself. Too many things going on in my fucking brain. Anyway, onto the breach. Good news, Ner. Thancred and Urianger have finished the tour of Garlemald and are on their way back even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping that they might be able to shed some light on things. Oh yeah, we ended, the towers came to be a thing last night. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? Ah, welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to haven't been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alize, Graha, and Nur. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we're proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we are taking a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, A pile of fresh problems landed on our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back. Though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to reprise Raubon and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. They may happy you do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lee said. Worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the Third, however, were noticeable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Transform it? Into what? And that is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised, with the manipulation of ether in mind, magitech in other words. Yet as unnerving as the edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchange between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate it more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Raubon is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. The towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter, as I promised with Kryl. We need not all attend. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we have to speak with Urianger before the meeting. Yeah, one cool thing that I forgot to mention last stream with the towers popping up is that, like, the towers are actually, like, in the overworld. Like, you can go out and find just random towers, like, in the background of some of the new, some of the, any, location. Like, I think, like, after I finished, like, patch 5.4, like, when it came out, I was doing some, like, G-posing in, G-posing or, like, Beast Tribe stuff in one of the Heavens Ward areas, and there's just a fucking tower. Like, I looked up, I was like, oh, they really are everywhere. It's like really cool. It's really cool, like the attention to detail. Like it definitely gives you the assurance that, like, yeah, they love this game. If they say that towers are everywhere, goddamn, they're gonna put towers everywhere. I forget which one. I think it's the Dravanian Hinterlands, maybe? I forget. I know it has a Beast Tribe in it, that's all I remember. I think it's the bug one. Like the buggy, like freaky kind of ones that nobody likes doing. My friends, much more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Pardon am I to see you all hale and whole. As we are to see you safely return from your mission, Urianger, I trust the anchor made you feel welcome. Well, if it is an Alphino, it is merry band. Oh no, it's this patch. Oh no. Ehrenwald, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you were away on a mission. And who's to say that isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd have grown a bit taller after the whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elzen are known to be late bloomers, especially in our terms of height. Mark my words, the day will come when even the great aurochs such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. It was not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Moan Breda towered over me nonetheless. Ehrenwald brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease with each other's company. It's almost endearing. So what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? Bye, Ehrenwald. Stay safe, my friend. If Vordola is going with him, then that must mean... My apologies. As Ehrenwald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Oh, thank God it's a voice acted scene. Haha! I get a break.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. It is no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrics. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
Hi, Necros. How you doing? Hope everybody has one. Doing more Final Fantasy today, because that's all I do nowadays. The grind continues. It sure do. It sure do.
The tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Yeah, get ready for the I'm well aware. It's right around the corner. It is like objects appear way closer than they seem. Like right now we're doing a patch 5.5, 5.50 to be specific. So, you know, I'm not even to 6.0 yet. Dawn Trails next month. I'm trying my hardest.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
What?
Why are you so shocked, Alphino? You know they have the Echo, right? Like, Alphino.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
Love you, Aaron Val. That's my son.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
There's a Scotswoman next to him, yeah. We aren't talking about poor Dola right now. She's too busy crossing her arms. Oi! If you want to change your fates, would you? Would you want to change the nation's fates from the towers? Would you? Let's fight. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamolder and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
My mom went to Garlemald and was transformed into a bear. Don't shoot that bear.
Arenvold,
that's your wife.
Your enthusiasm.
That's my mom.
But this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you gotta stick it to Fandango right there. You gotta do your part against Fandango.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Love Fordola. One of the best characters in Stormblood.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head!
They changed the fate.
For Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Change your fate.
Very well.
For
If your
Garlemald.
hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
Alright, bye, Ehrenwald. Hope nothing happens to you.
If you finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Tilted Towers.
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagelthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Remember to thank the bus driver.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Go on, Ehrenwald. Change your fate.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Alright, bye, Ehrenwald and Fordola. Hope these kooky kids live to see another day.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming.
Oh, Errol, welcome in. Hope we're having a fantastic one. Thank you for the hydrate. We're grinding again. I never can escape this fucking game.
I realize I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alphino for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime.
Arrowball. Yo, you're in this game? You never fucking told me? I didn't know I was friends with a celebrity.
No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try.
Celebrity where? You! Points at you.
They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
Go change your fate. Nah, okay. But you're in the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, which has a free trial up to level 70.
He does not want for conviction. That much is certain.
So on and so forth.
So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Ah, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
Oh my god, Estinian, he's back.
And
to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
God damn it, Estinian. Slippery motherfucker.
He did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Lured with some dried squid on the fishing pole. He would. He would, though.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Yeah, come on, Estinian. You're going to be an Endwalker. You're going to be in the opening little trailer thing. You can't avoid this for too long. I forget if, by the time this patch released, Estinian, you were going to Brazil. Like, I forget if, like, by this time, the initial, like, preview of Endwalker had already released, where, like, it shows that Estinian was indeed in the Endwalker trailer. Probably by this point, yeah. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it keeps him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there's no time left to lose. Okay, so let's go to Ishgard. Hello, Estinian? All present? Good. Let's all split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and the markets and whatnot. You and Nur can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well, let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel Manufactory. Perhaps you could try at the congregation. Lucy may have heard news of our friend's return. Oh, there he is. He's very tall. He's a big target. Like, I don't think it'll be hard to find that guy. He's just so tall and menacing. Estinian and Ishgard are pacing and rehearsing a speech to Emmerich. What? He's got a few choice words to say to, you know, his friend, you know, as men do. Speeches to your long-standing friend. Good morrow to you, warrior of light. Lord Emmerich sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you not come in search for him. To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit? I see. No, we're not aware Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. His friend! Perhaps he came seeking an audience with Lord Emmerich, only to find him absent? Oh no! He barely missed his friend! You friend walker. In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions would fare better. Okay, well, we didn't find him. We checked like a single place and we just like, well, we did our part. We talked to a single person and went to a single building in an entire city. But our work's done here. Maybe he'll just show up if we go to the airship landing.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
That's not how it works. Oh my god, hi Ozza, thank you for the care package. Alize's really out here just saying like, yeah, Alphino said that he's like really tall with white hair. I'm sure I could pick him out in a crowd. I'm sure it's easy.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
That's all your friends. I know, like, if I had $1 for every time there was a major Final Fantasy XIV character with white hair, I'd have several dollars. I'd probably buy dinner for somebody. What's the book or couple project? So, basically, going back, because I used to do a lot of writing on the internet, and sometimes I like going back onto it and reading it. But then I also just realized recently, hey, websites can close down at any time, and also Google is beginning to delete accounts. So I decided I'm just gonna, you know, put everything together in a nice little book, and I ended up writing a lot back in the day. I'm not even done. Like, I am not even, like, I wouldn't even say that I'm halfway done, and I'm already at 1,000 pages. So holy shit. But it's going smoothly. I'm basically just getting all the raw data, and then once I have all the raw data compiled, I'm gonna start formatting it for book format. I'm doing it in A5 format because like it's easier to open with your hands and stuff. A4 is like you can fit more words on it, but also it's like unwieldy for text purposes. So then like once I have all my raw data together, I am going to be formatting everything. And then I'm sending it off to get printed so I have a physical copy, like a nicely bound physical copy for myself. But yeah, it's at 1,000 pages, which means what I initially intended on being a single book has now spawned into at least 3 books. Because like, from the printers I've seen, they can really like feasibly do a maximum of like 700 pages per book. So I'm at 2 of my books are at 500 already. Whoopsies. But yeah, it's been a thing that I've been working on recently as like a little. It's been a while since I've done like a little project for myself that wasn't VTuber related, so it's been really refreshing. It's kind of like nostalgic for me, just going back and be like, oh wait, I forgot I wrote that. I forgot all this happened. It's been really nice for that purpose, but man. Man, why couldn't I shut up back in the day? Man, why did I have such great ideas and wrote so many cool things in back in the day? Why couldn't I be just stupid and not written anything worth keeping? Man. But yeah, that is the archival project. It's entirely a personal thing. But I'm just like talking about it just because like something I'm doing and I think it's cool.
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
Hi, Stinian. Oh, wait, what? You're pretty cool, Errol. Got him. Oh, hi, Stinian.
Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Hi, stinky boyfriend. I love you. Wanna fight? Yeah, fight me. We'll have a fist fight it off, Kai. How about that?
Too long.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
Oh my god, Astinian. No, wrong one. Astinian, wrong one.
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
Is the Denny's parking lot fight real? Yeah, I guess it will be. We're gonna have a little tussle.
I am not Alphino! of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Oh my god, Alize.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Shut the fuck up, Gra. Be a little less cringe. Tone it down, please.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting.
You know, your friends are kind of freaks, not gonna lie. Yeah, like, when did you befriend such freaks over here? He's so excited to be here that he's cringe.
Estinian! It's been too long. No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Okay, like, I'm the guy that walked around in blood-caked armor for like a month and I'm weirded out. Yeah, exactly. I'm the one who doesn't take baths and I'm weirded out.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
Yeah.
At least someone's having a good time.
It's just like, we were just like talking about the white-haired Final Fantasy XIV character and like, yep, there's Estinian, another white-haired one.
You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
Never offended. I think he learned how to talk with people rather than at them.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azis-La.
Why is that so popular now? That's the worst place in Final Fantasy. You don't have to go to Azis-La.
Azis-La? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azis-La, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
Oh, hi, Fexus. How you doing? Hope everybody's going. Thank you for the care package. Something's been bothering me. What?
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azis-La together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I don't know where she goes. Like, legitimately, I didn't think about that until you just said that right now. I don't know where she goes after this. Maybe you'll remember. Maybe you'll, like, say something on the side after this.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Yeah, she's being a hot girl.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard. Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt?
Okay. So we're going to the shitty place. Yeah, we're We're in the shitty place now, the worst looking area. It's been quite some time since I last set foot in Az's Law. I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit. Suddenly ever broke through your window at midnight, I know, right? Alas not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Nura's the person to ask. As far as I know, she's the only one of us who have met Tiamat face to face. Let's just say it helped that Midgard Sommer was there to introduce me. Ah yes, you're a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragonsong War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she had yet harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. My hatred of your kind has extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her, even now. Hey, silly people, just checking. If we, like, let you go, would you try and, like, kill everybody? Just asking. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Tiamat awaits. This way. Alright, let's go. You know, I was saying earlier that 5.5 and 5.55 don't have a lot of quests on paper. And now we're kind of going through quests like quicker than I thought. So I'm thinking that like this is gonna be like the dungeon is closer than we think. Yeah. My sire's mortal companion, what bringeth thee back to his forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
No, Cindy, I still don't hate people. I'm just here sad. Like, imagine you have a lover, and then you lose your lover, then you summon your lover, but they're a fucked up version. Ah, that my sins should be repeated. I sense not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know of none save the dragons of Mericidia, our children. Can only imagine. What's with that emote after that? The icon claimed their souls when he first manifested, and robbed of their will, they became tools of the Allagan's dark designs.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
I mean, I know Fex is your... I shouldn't be surprised. Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no explanation. Accursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness, Kingdom Hearts. Again you would profane the memory of my beloved, and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths to which you will not stoop? Okay, I'm overdue for like a 12-hour sleep, so yeah, go sleep, Errol. Go eat.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering.
Just want to keep hanging out with... No, go to sleep. It's more important that you go eat and like get well rested and shit.
But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
What wouldst thou have for me, Slayer of Dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Slayer of Demons. Were I free, I would answer thine indolence with fire, but words will have to suffice. Recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all my very being to bring him forth. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Indeed. Ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee the power we of the First Brood wield. Were I to lose myself in the Icon's influence, all would pay the price. But it is of little matter, for even if I had the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Speakest thou in earnest?
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
A chance to make amends. Does lay Bahamut's memory to rest. When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted us sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow. For the debt I owe to Hydaelyn, and to all have suffered for my sins, I shall fight with you, children of man. When the Porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. He's a far larger target, and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove restraints only to find that the process had failed, we'd be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going on ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can indeed. The Alligans kept detailed records of all their notable captives. I know where exactly to look. We shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alphino and Nur here will be enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Astidian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star, though it is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took encouragement of braver souls than I to make the first step towards a brighter future, and now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tatar's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in a sector known as the Flagship. Ah yes, we are familiar with it. The Aetherochemical Research Facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this. A spirit vessel, containing a small amount of my blood. Which you just so happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose that would seem rather odd. To explain, Rambers, Urianger, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels and the transference of not only of memories, but in the traits of certain bloodlines, and so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood, and armed with that spirit vessel, I posit they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seems worth the try at least. Agreed. We'll take good care of it. To the flagship then. Wait, let's free this dragon. Oh god, it's all the way up here. Ugh. I wonder after the graphical update in Dawn Trail if this place will look even decently okay. Because right now it looks like shit. Doubt. I know. I don't think any improvements can even be made here. But you know, maybe it'll look a little more shiny. Like maybe the glowy stuff on the ground will look a little more glowy. Glow always like adds a little bit of charm to a place. Let us split up and begin to search the flagship for a node that controls Tiamat's restraints. There's a couple places I don't think can be salvaged. Like what? Like other than Azazla? What other places look so shitty that they can't be saved? This is just like always on my mind because it's just like the shittiest out of every single area. It just doesn't look good. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor unless Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is to simply identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. I'm guessing what you're talking about is like a lot of Realm Reborn places, because a lot of them, like, when you compare Realm Reborn areas to like Endwalker areas, like it's like night and day. Because it was clear that they improved over the years. They learned more of like what they could do. Because we have Violet Tides in that burned area of the Kothis Central Highlands. Oh! Should we have Violet Tides? What's up? That's like a, let me see. That's in a dungeon, right? I'm reminding myself of what it is. I think it's a Storeblood. Ah! I mean, that looks decent, in my opinion. Yeah, like, I don't remember thinking that's ugly necessarily. I just don't remember much of it. Wasn't this the optional one? Or no? There's like one that's like, it's only a blue quest one, not the... Oh man, Bardom's medals look sick. Yo, this one's gonna look so good. It's a requirement? Okay. There is like one dungeon, I forget which one it is. but it's like optional, but it's for a blue quest. I forget what it is. Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. But Kotha Central Highland. Where's that again? Where's that again? I'm just reminding myself of like. Oh, yeah. That's it. There's no really saving that. It's not so much that it looks ugly. It's just that there's nothing going on with it. Shishui looks too much. Looks like a mess to me. Oh, okay. But Central Highlands, like the problem isn't so much that it looks ugly to me. It's just that there's nothing going on. You can't really improve upon like the same textures and the same exact like appearance for like miles on end. Okay, data link to Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause intruder interference. Advise deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. Star described by me like a burned out, crystallized area. I'd have to go back and like look at it. I rarely go to the Central Highlands for anything. Because like honestly, once you're done with the quests there's not really a reason to go back, if that makes sense. Okay, where's that damn third? There we go. There it is. Warning, scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in negative 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Really good reason to go back to Central Highlands is to cry at Oshapat's grave. Yeah. No, wait, that's not in Central Highlands. Wait. Maybe I'm thinking of it like a different area. Let me look at something real quick. Oh yeah. You're right. I'm thinking of the same one. Yeah, like for some reason I always get like mentally I get the Central and Western mixed up. But yeah, we talking about the same one. And go to Camp Dragonhead when Oshaphat's there. Excuse you. I'm afraid Estinian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? I did! A note which smelled like burned hair! Absolutely get Central Western mixed up all the time. They're basically the same area. Like, they're basically the same fucking thing. It's just that they have different locations to go to. Both of them are kind of useless. I know the one. I thought the stench more akin to fire in a manure shed. That seemed more likely to explode than grant her wish. Surely there must be another. I found a way to activate mechanical sentries if that's any help. Only if they are willing to lead us to the node we seek, which I somehow doubt. Well, from what I recall of the flagship's design, the node you found could facilitate communications throughout Oz's Law, so we may yet have to find a use for it. Oh yeah, we found the one about dragon restraints too. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that doesn't sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Graha spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Well, let's just take a closer look. Like, I'm looking. I know Sea of Clouds is gonna look so good, especially with the upgrading shading. Because, like, there's so many, like, shadows and, like flashes of light in the Sea of Clouds that I think it's gonna look beautiful with the new updated, like, shades and stuff. So I think Sea of Clouds is gonna be a highlight after the upgrade. Dravanian Forelands is gonna look really cool with all the trees and shit. Churning Mist, I don't know, like, it has Moghome. Oh wait, it also has like the Heaven's Word, like the area where it's like the song and shit. It also has that, so it's gonna look good. So basically everything except for Kothas. Kothas, I mean. I think Stormblood areas are in general gonna all improve as an entirety, because like all of them like look pretty good. Like I don't like the Alamigo areas that much, but I know they will look really pretty after the fact. Of course, all of Doma's gonna look great. All of Shadowbringers gonna look fantastic, and Endwalker too. It's mainly just like the older you get, the more kind of like, is this gonna be okay? I'm not sure. Because it's just so old. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanism? I legitimately can't wait to see the updated Kugane and Norvrant. Yeah, yeah. I'm the most excited for Ilmag. Just because like, yo, upgraded flower shit? I love flower shit. And oh yeah, and the Royal Menagerie. That's gonna look beautiful. It's already beautiful to begin with. I love the purple trees in Norvrant. Yeah. So, yeah, the Royal Menagerie in Stormblood. That's gonna look gorgeous. It already looks gorgeous. But with the updates, goddamn, it's gonna look great. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of dragon restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the chief technologists and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Another realm reward area I think is beyond Camp Blue Flog? Remind me, where is that? Like, which area is that in? Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. Estidian Wormblood. The Erasier unlocked Praetor. Oh, that's gonna look horrible. Very funny. But if that thing speaks my name, I shall see that it never speaks again. Use your own NurX in case you've forgotten. Username changed. Welcome, NurX. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Dark and Baron. I mean, it's Baron because nobody likes it. Error. Unable to disengage restraints in the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. A system update? What do you suppose it's asking of us?
Courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality.
Courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality. Hi, Mimi. How you doing, Herpervidaswan? Courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality. Remember to send that sentence to 1010 daily. I could hazard a guess. Well, that's more than I can say. Confounded bloody thing. I go over there for challenge log for the 3 half level doing the 20 leave quests. Wow, you're doing leave quests? Wow, I could never. I actually never do leave quests. I'm pretty sure I don't have leave quests unlocked in like half of the areas it's available in. On my main at least. I haven't unlocked any leave quests in this account. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. Oh, by the way, I have always had to like put a giant star in it. By different account, I mean different character, not a different account. Like, for some reason, I always just say different account when I mean different character. I don't know why. I don't want anyone to like be like, does Nur have 2 different Final Fantasy accounts? I don't. It's just like 2 characters, but like because everything is so separate, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is my streaming thing. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to a central control system. Oh, Varen! Varen, hi! Thank you so much.
Volleyball talking.
Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic one. I legit only did the level 45 leave quest to level high level classes because the challenge log for them gives you half level. Oh, yo, sweet. That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, why is the volleyball talking? Because it looks more like a watermelon to me, personally. But I don't know why. He's demanding things of us. I require access to the central control system. However, I'm unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located in the flagship. Can't believe we have to update the system of a watermelon. So can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but once it has received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense? User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation protocols. Bloop, I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying. I dare say we fare better with guidance than without it. Alright, this watermelon will walk us through the process. Guiding user to terminal. This way, please. I absolutely hate, like, automated shit like that. Like, literally, like a couple weeks ago, I had to call the IRS for something, and like I had made an upsee, and I had to call them, like, ask a question about like how to fix it. And so I call them, and it sends you automatically to like the automated hotline. Man, it sucks. Because I was just like, I know I'm not going to get an answer from here. I literally just need to talk to somebody to ask a single question, and I'm going to be done with my life. I'm going to be done with like the whole thing. And then like the system, like so like they were like, hey, you just like say your question and we'll like find the answer to it. And I was just like, I just wanted to speak to a person, please. And they're like, I can assure you, we can help you through this little hotline here. We can help you right here. You don't have to go anywhere. I'm like, no, I want to speak with the representative. I had to repeat that like 5 times before they're just like, okay, we're redirecting you to a human person. And I'm like, thank you. I just have a single question to ask. And I know it's not here because it's such a stupid question. The IRS laughed at me. Let's see. According to the terminal, a central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Why, software version 42.002, of course. Warning, errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update 5 years, 1 day. This is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this per terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead? The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of system update. My instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it'll have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we may be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress. I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pearl once I'm ready to release the shackles. It may be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use of it. Rest assured, I will be certain to return it to Graha Tia once this is over. Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. Before we go any further, there's something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Allagan Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Ascians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ascians touched turned to ash, and thus you have made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. So I must ask, what do you intend to do with Van Daniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? No, he's crazy. No. Certainly, after I've wiped that smile off his face. I'd rather put my lance through his heart and be done with it. Me too, buddy, me too. Istinian, right, currently my favorite character. Or perhaps it's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be but the faintest glimmer. I only hope that you do not come to rue your benevolence. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when you journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend a hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So save your mercy for those who deserve it. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphino has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Alright, let's fly back. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we don't have to go to Azys Law anymore. I think this is the last time, currently at least, because of course there's like new patch coming out, new expansion coming out soon. I mean, so new expansion and you know, future expansions to come. But currently I think this is the last time we have to go to Azys Law, which is a godsend. I hate this place. Justinian told me all is well and nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphino's absence that he's needed elsewhere. Well, that sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were off talking to nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Our readings confirm that our ethereal balance leans strongly towards the umbral, which is the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of its treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Meaning I need all the ether I can get. Thank you in advance. Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that was suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might have made a difference. Now that you mention it, very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk. It's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphino to disengage the restraints from ethereal dampers. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Ah, such warmth. The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alag. Wheretofore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Nurse, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. Tell me about Bahamut and the Ascians. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mericidia could have lasted for an eternity, but alas it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creation I know none more wicked. It was at their behest the men of Alag first came to Mericidia, unto our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. it would come to be known as Mericidia by children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by the nature's bounty, Bahamut and I found a place to raise our young. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of Charlene scholar Urusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the second astral era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo. When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was the fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing even more of their brethren, who divided the vast land among themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share seemed to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long, man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of man, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days in harmony, too, were fated to end, for the men of Alak slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Asians. The rest thou knowest only too well. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Asians together. You and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear when this is over. Keep going, Alize. The magic is working. While I knew this wasn't going to be easy, no patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close, I can feel it. And while I've only a few more drops of ether left to give, with yours and Graha's, this will work. And I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require. Careful, I might hold you to that. Alright, here we go. Boink, boink, yeah.
No. I'm almost there. This is it, Angelo!
Yes, I feel it. The icon's grip groweth weak.
Did it work?
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Answer me this, children of man. Can my kindred be saved in like manner?
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
My children. Should you hearken unto my call, we shall fly together once more, but should you not, I shall grant you peace. Better to die than live as a tool of evil. You too would wish this, I know, and I shall do as I must.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
Thou hast my gratitude, little one.
Alphino's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Bahamut, my beloved. For vengeance and atonement, I rise.
By the gods!
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan.
Good timing.
He flies for the largest Amalta settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Well, I'm sure you're desperate to join Ascidian and Tiamat in battle. It would be wiser to gather the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less. I have already sent word to the others. We are to rendezvous in Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. Let us collect Alphino and be on our way. Now, I know some of you could do with the rest, but I'm sorry to say that the Telophoroi have other plans. Pagalthan is already under siege. Happily, the Immortal Flames arrived just in time to join the defensive effort, with Marshal Towerpin at the head. Well now, given the failure of peace negotiations, I was uncertain of how the Sultanate would respond. It is good to hear that Ul'dah has not abandoned the Amalja. Abandoned them? Did we not profess to be their friends? Your Grace! Marshal Towerpin had made such provisions for such an exigency and was ready to depart at a moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the Syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of intervention. Nor is Ul'dah alone in this resolve. The other Alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops into Paglithon. Yet even with our combined strength, we shall be sorely tested, for we face not only the might of the Imperial Dragon, but of Lunar Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured. But not all the Almonds are grim. Our forces report that despite the proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amalja show signs of tempering. Strange, what primal will turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so, farmers are not wont to serve a master, Ascian or otherwise. It may be well that Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that were true, anyone could fight him, and Nur and the others like her would have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Lunar Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe from our soldiers with whom our soldiers will struggle to best through the mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better, assuming that is, you're ready to take the field. An airship awaits the buried to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you're able. I, meanwhile, will continue to coordinate with our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Well, I for one am inclined to do as her Grace requests. Lest we forget, Ehrenwald and Fordola are in Paglithon on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better are their chances. Indeed, to the airship then. Alright, let's head over to the airship. Let's take the Aether right over. Just head over here. Where is it go? There we go. Greetings, we've been expecting you. But say the word and we shall depart for Paglithon at once. Alright, Paglithon now accessible. I'm gonna take a short, minute break. And I'll be back in a minute. Oh, Tomochi! Oh my god, hi! I'm gonna be back in a minute. I'll do the whole spiel when I get back. But hi, welcome in. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I told you it'd only be a minute. Stop missing me. Everyone stop missing me right now. Anyway, hi Tomochi, hope we're having a fantastic one. Literally just said, like, minute. I don't think he's even more than 2 minutes. I was so quick. I just literally need to grab something and I'm back. Anyway, it's time for Packathon. Yeah, welcome in Tomochi. We're doing the Dungo of the 5.5 series. Pissmaster 5000, yeah. I am but a machine that creates piss at record time. Let's go. So I think for this time we're gonna bring a Thancred, Urianger,
are not yet sealed.
and Guaha.
I stand ever ready.
Well, I am a machine that creates piss at record time. I don't have a quote thing. I'm sorry, I don't have a quote bot response thingy. You'll have to add that in like another way, I guess. I don't know. Let's go. I think that's the last Dungo. The last Dungo of the patch series. Which that's cool. I don't think there's any in 5.55. Also, this dungeon is beautiful. Get ready. Ascian vermin, you shall torment my children no longer. I think in 5.55 it's just a solo duty, but we don't have to do any of this shit.
Together we shall overcome this.
Oh, so Guaha is a black mage. Okay. Interesting. No, I just had a realization that, like, the main, like, basically the end of this patch is doing Paglethon, so, like, what we're doing right now. We might be able to get to 6.0 by the end of this stream. I'm getting a little hopeful now, but I'm probably... That was probably a mistake saying that out loud, though. Because we're only an hour and 30 minutes into it. We're already almost done with 5.50. And then 5.55 is only, like, I think 5.55 is only, like, 4 quests in total. One of them is very long, but, like, it's not that much. That'd be really cool if I got to 6.0 today. Pissmaster 5000 is gonna make progress in Final Fantasy today. Mark my words. Hey. Let's go, boss number 1.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, I completely forget how to do this mechanic, so I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, I died. I'll just follow like Graha or something. Like, I've done Paglethon once, and that was when it came out. And I barely know how to do it when it came out. Like, you know, the curse of like, if you're not like in the front of the line, because I don't think I did Paglethon like on patch. Like, I did it like a week afterwards, because I don't know, maybe I was doing something at the time. And like, once you get into like that late, as far as like being on content goes, like, people just do it for you, and you're just kind of like, okay, this is not a learning experience. I'm being yelled at for doing things wrong. Wait. Oh, wait, now I get it. Never mind. I get it now. It was very similar to the, what it was, the 5.2 dungeon. Never mind. I'm just being silly. Or just manually run back for the third time. I mean, second time, actually. Yeah, you know when you get a haircut where, like, sometimes, like, the back of your neck gets, like, really itchy? Because, like, your head's not used to your hair being that short anymore, and, like, the end of your hair is kind of itching you. Yeah, I'm getting that right now. Back of my neck is really itchy. My hair's so short now.
Keep your guard up!
Right. Okay, we just got a materia out of that. I can accept that.
What took you so long?
Oh, hi, Estinian.
The Amalta are in trouble. Let's split up. Prepare yourself!
Oh, Estinian's. I'm not Estinian. Oh, Emmerich's over there. Hi, Emmerich. Hi, Emmerich. And Lucia. Alright, let's go.
Oh, no, you don't.
Thanks, Tiamat. He's like a really unique boss that I always forget about.
Together we shall overcome.
Yeah, got it. Maiming. What the fuck? Get ready for the really pretty part of the dungo. After we kill these guys.
Be gone!
Allow me.
Here we go. Pretty part. Oh, I'm facing the wrong direction. Oh, fuck. No treasure. Hey, Lunar Bahamut. Hi Arsenic, how you doing? Hope you're Phantasma. How goes the ew? It's going good. We have just reached we're basically like finishing up 5.50. Making good progress today. Very ewy, very ewy. Ew. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck.
Stubborn.
wonder if Graha used the Limber Break immediately last time. I wonder if Graha's immediately going to, like, do a Limber Break once we hit level 2. No? Waiting, Graha. Oh, I guess I'll take it. Yeah, we did it. That's the, I think the last dungeon of Shadowbringers, like, officially done. I don't think there's any other Dunkos before Endwalker, aside from the solo duty, which is different. We done! Maiming again. Oh shit, I got the minion. I got the minion. Oh, I also have like a bunch of other minions I just haven't redeemed yet. Oopsies. And also all these rolls that I haven't bothered doing yet. Now we're good. Now we're good. Congrats on beating Stinky Bahamut. Yeah, thank you, Asa. Children of man, the shade of my beloved is no more, and I shall be forever in your debt. By your deeds are we set free, and free we shall remain, as long as I draw breath. Never again shall the dragons of Mare Cydia hearken to the lies of the Ascians. This I vow. Hey, bye.
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well. Long have our peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
We will be proud to call you allies.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury. I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause, till we meet again.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
sometime earlier inside the Paglathon Tower. Why is it so fleshy?
What in Ralga's name happened here?
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
Maybe his personal design. Why is it so fleshy? I hate fleshy things.
No. What have I done?
It's too late for them. We're leaving, now.
Ew, it's so fleshy. Oh, hi!
No. No! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together!
Well, it would be too much to hope that we have seen the last of Fandango. We have dealt with his schemes and telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. And celebrate I will, when we have received word of Arenville's safe return. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss today's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave scions! Would that I treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistery. Your grace, whatever is the matter? As our troops withdrew from Paglathon, they came upon the 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems one of them, your friend I believe, had been wounded and was dragged away by the other. Oh no. I must go. Forgive me, your grace. Can you tell us aught of Arenville's condition, your grace, the wounded scout? Naught can say that it is grave. The Chirurgeons tend to him even as we speak. The infirmity must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Nur, Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. Very well. Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Paglathon. Come on then. Okay, let's we just like use a little teleport. Yeah, this whole patch I got really pissed off about the whole fleshy tower thing. Cause like, if any of you know one thing about me, it's that I hate fleshy things. Like I hate like fleshy rooms, I hate fleshy anything, big flesh monsters, I don't like them. And please don't call it a flesh tower. I'm calling it a flesh tower because all the inside is fleshy. I call it the flesh tower because that's what it is. What else do I fucking call it? What else do you want me to call it if not a flesh tower? Man, this fucking website's a fucking nightmare. I can't even call things a flesh tower anymore. Another one to come and see the lad in silver armor. Master Damielet is attending to him as we speak. If you'd be so kind as to wait. What did Master Damielet say? Tell me his exact words. Let the Kyrugians do their work. But you're right, forgive me. When we said our farewells to Ehrenfell, I was afraid that something like this might happen, but now that it has, all we can do is wait.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light. People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! You need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
I love Fordola so much.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
I know, I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Ahem. Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the fragrant chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fandaniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
You need only tell me where they are, Your Grace.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause. It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Right then, unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. And that includes you, Alphino. Ehrenwald is in good hands here. Of course, you would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the oncoming challenges. If we are all in agreement, then I shall let Kral know how to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal wouldn't be beyond arranging when time available. It will be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him, and thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Krile in particular has a few matters she is keen to discuss. One of which concerns you, Asinian, believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you said you were avoiding that Valdesian woman. If I refused, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? All right.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Ehrenwald's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
Looking forward to the Kral being a main party member in Dawn Trail. It's been too long. Like, Kral's been around for, like, since like, Heavensward patch quests. And finally, she's an actual main party member.
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus.
I hope that, like, Estinian just being harassed constantly by Lalafels is a recurring joke, not just Kryl. Because remember, it was Kryl and Tataru that harassed Estinian.
But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Huh. It's been a while, hasn't it? Near the end of the Dragonsong War.
When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in her judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own, and as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words.
giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo. You inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Okay, bye, Kryl. Good luck in Sharlayan. I hope they agree to your proposition. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Jesus, this scene's a long time. Bye-bye, second best Lala. Yep. Oh man, so many weapons. I wonder which one he's going to choose, guys. Man, what is he gonna get? I like how, like, instead of being a normal person about this, he just, like, impales a shit ton of weapons in the middle of a room and just picks them up.
Well, does this one meet with your approval?
Fandango's here.
Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure.
Like, Xenos, like,
it will not affect our plans, I trust.
The only time I agree with Xenos is when he's, like, trying to destroy Fandango.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
I like how Xenos is so much taller than Fandango. Like, probably Xenos could just, like, accidentally crush him. Like, accidentally just step on him. And that could be the end of Fandango. I wish for that to happen, actually.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well! Not quite what I was expecting, though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
I hate that it's obviously a teaser for Reaper. They're just like, oh man, we know, you guys know we have a new class to showcase. I wonder what it's gonna be. Like, I don't like that, like, a lot of the scenes with Fandango and Xenos and the patch content is just about like them trying to build up hype for like new classes, and I really do not like that actually. Because it just feels very much on the nose, like Yoshi P looking at me directly through the screen, kind of nudging me, just like, you excited now? I don't like that. Like, I wish it was like a little more naturally done than to be like, oh man, Xenos is gonna pick a new weapon. Oh, what could it be? Yeah, I don't like those scenes. I think it's like a little too much nudging the player. Well, looks like we're gonna have busy few moons. Not that they ever seemed anything but. Like, it's all that knowing the lore of Reaper's like, really? Yeah. I mean, even before we knew it was Reaper, I didn't like it to begin with, because I was just like, dude, come on. Like, we're gonna play it anyway. You don't have to, like... This is just, like, badly written. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do, but when it comes to putting down primals, nobody's done it better than us. Well, not than you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future. Well, for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to watch, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. The traditional Garlean martial class is the last weapon he tried. Exactly, just like, yo, the traditional Garlean stuff, like, that wasn't your first pick, buddy? Which is where I come in, and gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the Scions who risk life and limb, like poor Ehrenwald. I wish there was something we could do for him, but we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles now, would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. And that is the end of 5.50. We're just gonna keep going and see if we can make it to the end. Because I think there's only 4? Somebody check and make sure I'm not doing this incorrectly, but I think there's only 4 quests in 5.55. Nuri, you're looking well. I take that you managed to squeeze in some rest. And if you come hoping for tidings of Kryl, I'm afraid we're still waiting. But we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance have the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hori Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the Beast Tribes are going better than expected. Encouraged by Ulda's progress with the Amalja, Britannia has opened negotiations with the Ixiel, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Telophoroi still out there, it's not as if we can lower our guard. 6 with 1 dungeon included in that count. Okay, cool. Which, not that much in the grand scheme of things, to be honest. We're just gonna, like, see how far we get tonight. I'm hoping we can get far, but, you know, good try. I'm on part 2. Yes. 5.55 is part 2 of a 5.5 series. So I'm on 3. Yes! Sweet. Okay, cool. I know that one of these quests has a very, very long solo duty. That is what I know. But other than that, there are no dungeons, there are no bosses waiting for us until Endwalker. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Oh, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telophoroi in concert with our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one, considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady, and for their part, I am told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. To arrange such a meeting must have been quite the undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practicality. Pray inform the Alliance we will be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Nur? All present may rightly claim a seat, I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defense efforts. I'm not coming either. Emmerich will be there and I'd rather not be interrogated. Avoiding your boyfriend. Very well then. Well, those with a mind to hold the fort to get on with holding it, I suggest we make the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we? To Alamigo! Yep, from what I remember, there's like a lot of really short things that get introduced before Endwalker right here. This is like primarily a build up to Endwalker kind of thing. And also, you know, the Reaper reveal. Because they have to do that. You know, they did all those fucking weird scenes and they gotta resolve that somehow. We've been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. May I show you in? Yes, please. Hien! Oh, why do I sell Gloom on? Hien! Oh my god, that's my boy. Yeah, that Emmett said it's all you, Hien.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. beg your pardon?
I just love, I love Nanamo's, like, face right there. It's so fucking funny.
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little city without gills, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
Hi again, Mimi.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets, pits brother against brother. Free them from his grasp, we shall!
Hello.
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the Scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Bobby, was that you? Bobby does some big meow. Hi. I would call it, one moment, please. Emmerich's like putting a little too much stock in my ability to name things. Hi, Bub. Hi. Go lay down for a second. Go lay down.
Might I suggest the Grand Company of Eorzea? I remember a certain someone pondering it once upon a time, and it seems as fitting a name as any.
Honestly, like, part of me had an idea. I don't know if I like saw this somebody else do this or like if I'm just spitballing ideas of myself. But like having a bingo card of like things that happened during stream and Bubby mentioned would just be in the free space. the free space like Bubby mentioned. Thank you, Alize, for helping us though.
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Yeah.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
Yay! Oh, he's crying. Wow. Everyone clap for this young boy, this child, who finally got his stuff done.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
I didn't dream of this moment, you sure did. It wasn't my dream, bucko. It was yours. Stop putting words in my mouth, Alphino. I'm not political, I'm just here. I don't like politics. I'm just trying to be like a little dude, a little gremlin. Well now, that we're out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you'll forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, that I was heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity, even as they uttered their declarations. All I could think about was the conflict to come, of their sacrifices that would be made, and the lives lost. Inevitabilities I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. Many and more. Elder Seedseer, how might we be of service? I seek Master Alphino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we make use of the Sylphs' established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of a new fellowship. Yet there remain practical differences between a trade consortium and the Grand Company. If the Sylphs are to perform the task efficiently, they will require the Council of one versed in their operational aspects of armed force. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes? Forgive me, Master Alphino. I know it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted the course for the Crystal Braves, which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests, and I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you? Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it's worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing from the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. Like, the Elder Seedseer, like, was just like, oh, I'm sorry I mentioned the Crystal Braves, but like, can we use your expertise for this, like, little thing we're doing? And like, Alphino just trauma dumps on her. So you're just like, oh, maybe you're not so ready, sorry. Clearly it still affects you. You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and earnest efforts from every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of its Telephroi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I would like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? I can't think of an excuse not to, so yeah. Well, I shall be grateful for your help, grudging or not. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it'll be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's event. We should be glad for your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. So, what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I propose is largely written. Not long after that fateful day in Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. Thus said I primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be brought into encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question, namely, why? After the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new grand company together. And that this knowledge may help us prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes. But the questions I ask are uncomfortable to some, and as the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned their cause would come to welcome my inquiries. Then Graha and I must just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Hey, have care, however. Certain that my former comrades are of questionable character, so keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I have in mind to begin by speaking with Riel and Aliane. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Oriens. Let us seek them out there. Okay, Castrum Oriens. Oh, well, look who it is. And what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, wouldn't it? In a manner of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know why we picked a stick for the science, then? Hi, Peachy Jaeger, how you doing, Overfit? How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Ain't easy thing to put into words, that. Well, I just know that just a thing to expedite plans and fuel ambitions. Oh, hi, Techno. How you doing, Overfit? How's it going? What is it? As Riel will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Forgot the current lord. I forgot the name of the lord. Has a plenty. You shut up. You don't even remember his fucking name. No. I don't need the bitch with the gold. Did it backwards. Okay. Not the day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only concern. My only reason, sorry. I'm like replacing words in my head. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when he gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with the old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That is our creed, and I strive to live by it to this day. But time's gone on, I learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we've all got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting, which is what being a Scion's about. Like how this past stream's been arriving, dealing with psychic damage. Yeah, basically. I am at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, Nur. Could I what? Why do you think the crystal race ended in failure? Hey, why did this little child's little dreams die? Well, its founding ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. And ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions, we might have looked like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory. Hunters before they made it to the door. Goal immediately gets neutralized, yeah. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I will make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Alright, that's 1 out of 3 done for this patch. So we got 2 more quests to do, and then we're at 6.0. Well, I think we have taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridani and hear what the others have learned. Let's see, I have a feeling that this, like, the second quest of 5.55 isn't that long, because the third one is very long, just so you know. So, hoping it'll be a little bit, this will be doable tonight. Let's teleport over. Oh man, I just looked in Shout Chat in Final Fantasy XIV. Some free company's doing a ladies' night at a casino for a free company. Thanks to Tataru's ever dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any greater difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. And we must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I'll set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, I pray you go on ahead to Little Solus and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Alright, cool. Where are we going again? Oh, over here. We have to go to the Sylphs. I thought we were going to see the seeds here. Oh, I don't want to be in a fate. Get out of here. Turn that quest off. Why wasn't that why was that not done immediately? I know Yokai Watch is going on right now. Ah, welcome, Brave One and friends. A Brave One? How good is it to see walking ones again so soon after the meeting? It's been a while since we last spoke. Indeed it has. Though the palace was very pretty, the meeting was far too noisy for this one. So many shouting ones and squawking ones and cheering ones, with no chance for carefree conversation. Still, this one is pleased all ones could be friends. Warned one, Connie Senna, said the walking ones would come to little solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones would be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. That is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telepharoi. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little expertise. Any advice and walking ones could provide will be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry, it seems. Alize, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino? Don't tell me. You couldn't read my handwriting. What? No, a Twitter adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlian has sent an envoy, who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. An envoy? Could it be that Kral has managed to sway the Forum? We shall know soon enough, but there is more. The envoy requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seedseer. Really? I can see why they might want Scions to be present, but us specifically. Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It is. I could scarcely believe it myself. When I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told that it was one of Folchenot Levieur. Your father? Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprise enough, but him? Oh, good night, Tomochi. Have a good night. Mwah. I'm blowing you a kiss goodnight. Quite. I shall glean from this that they're taking the matter seriously. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members, unless he volunteered for it? It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he was concerned for your well-being? Perhaps, but he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet him after so long, even if it's secondary to his true purposes here. Elder Frixio, I loathe I am to cut our visit short. We must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report. Never mind, there will be time to talk later. This one won't keep walking ones for more urgent matters. Go! The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seedseer waits even now. Let us be on our way. Alright. Let's go back to Gridania. Ah, fuck. Fuck, there we go. Let's see what Alize and Alphino's father wants. Alright. Let's see. Well, I don't see any Dilfs around. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Folchenol's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Kral permission to request Charlian's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover. Hello? Hi?
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience. I am Folchenot Levieur, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuneau, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisoix, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
Huh. It is in your power to save us. Refuse and you condemn us all. Ha! Ha ha!
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike her, You should know better.
He just like looked at us just like, bitch, and then just ignored us.
By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alizé, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
What?
Father. How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Oh my, oh, Bubby. Bubby jumped on my desk. Oh. Just a second, guys, I gotta get a cat. As soon as I like went to get him, he just like jumped out and ran out of the room.
Master Fourcheneau, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
Yeah, but
I have
Bubby's
said what I came
acting up.
here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father, wait!
Don't bother, Alizé.
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
I mean, Well, I was right, guys. There are no DILFs here. That was not... That is a father, but that is a father I will not fuck. So that's why he came here to say, oh man. Oh fuck. Bubby jumped back up and like nudged my fucking tracking camera. Just a second, I gotta take care of the cat. Oh god. Oh god, he's acting up. That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi. As for the rest. Like it or not, this was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Yeah, he's got the mischief, alright. He's been, like, acting up really badly recently. The problem is, like, are you... Like... You know, sometimes you gotta discipline your pet in some way. And our way was, like, shutting him in his room for, like, 30 minutes. Because that way it, like, tells him, like, hey, stop it. But now... Here's a fun fact about our current... Bubby, stop it. Here's a fun fact about, like, our current apartment. Is that only one door closes. As in, that's my office. So, we can't shut him in his room anymore. And we asked our landlord to fix the doors so they could close, but they're just like, well, they can lock, right? And we're like, yeah, they can lock, but only from the inside? So we can't shut them. And, you know. Just a second, I'm gonna take care of this real quick. You know what, guys? Human ingenuity got it again. I figured out a solution. Basically, the door won't close, but a bitch realized, like, hey, wait a minute. My laundry hamper is the size, like, about the, my laundry hamper is about, like, the same height as the doorknobs. And it has, like, a little, like, handle on it. So a bitch just, like, put the laundry hamper, which is full of clothes, outside and just, like, loop the doorknob around it. loop the strap around the doorknob. So, temporary solution, let's go. Like, I do give Bubby, like, plenty of playtime. Otherwise, it's just, like, lately he's been very, very, I don't know. Like, the thing is, like, when we moved to this place, it was actually good because we have no more space. So that means, like, he can, like, politely, like, nibble at us. Like, politely just, like, meow and stuff. And we're like, oh, okay, Bubby, what do you want? So he just, like, leads us to, like, where he wants to go. Like, he can lead us to, like, his food or whatever. But now he's kind of interpreted that as, like, okay, if I want something, I'm just gonna keep on demanding it until he give it to me. Rather than requesting it, I am going to demand it now. So we have to kind of like teach him that that's not okay. Because he knew that in their last place, but now he's just kind of like, oh, okay. All right. I don't know if this is like a permanent solution, but I don't know. The landlord's not fixing our door, so human ingenuity again. All right. Like it or not, it's the Foreign's decision to watch from far while Eorzea burns. I think my tracking's okay. Bubby nudged my my camera, so I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is fine for now. If it looks off, I'll just like move it a little bit. Father was but the messenger. As you handed down their judgment, I would think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged a discussion that would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fauchenot that must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. Their decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall face the Telephory without their aid. Forgive me, but they had no intention of helping us. Then why should they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did they not simply keep their counsel as they are wont to do? Ner, has Master Fauchenot arrived yet? Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I would rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be they're hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Master Fauchenot's performance? When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride, but that they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end and simply disagree with us about the circumstances. That I don't know, but something tells me they're not as unconcerned about this Telephory as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared better with my own mission, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we should still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I am aware of the matters of Eorzea stand on a knife's edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making necessary arrangements. I've always wanted to visit Charlian. And that you shall, albeit under less than happy circumstances. It may be a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause for hope. Yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible that the Charlians hide some secret truth from us, there can be no uncertainty that its exposure will prompt them in a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the place in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our quest for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with Telophroi. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there's no guarantee we will prevail. What does Charlene intend to do if we fail? Alright, final quest of the Shadowbringers Pact series, Death Unto Dawn. Last one, fellas, and then we're into 6.0 proper. While Charlene's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask the Scions... Grave tidings, walking ones! Grave tidings! Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones who went to see Feathered Ones send terrible news. Destroying Ones have appeared in Zelphatol. Destroying Ones and captured Ones and even frightful godly ones. Feathered Ones don't stand a chance when we're sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes, much too late. But luckily, Destroying Ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered Ones did not fight, were left unharmed. West, that would be Kothas. My lady, the Ishgardians report that Telophroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Kothas and are marching at speed. Though their purpose is yet to be determined, the Cartano Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lord Emmerich has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Tell him he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy we don't have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Cartano. Wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying One said that we're said to be led by Cackling Robed One. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. And Daniel? Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready for you to bear you to Cartano. Pray see your preparations report to the landing with all haste. At once, my lady. Let us be away. Alright. So I'm just gonna be lazy. I'm spending the 100 gil to get over there.
The ransom has been paid. Your files are now deleted.
Thank you for the 2 biddies, Mimi. I'm rich. Wait, I went the wrong way. You want me to be outside of the canopy, not in it. +2. Thank you, thank you. It would seem Fordola has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I have explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
They're involved.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again.
No! Oh!
Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood.
Still think
Quite the
Arabelle when we
opposite.
come back in MSQ or raid stores in some way. Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, my theory was that they're gonna give him the Sage class because, you know, Sage, it's, you know, mind guns. You don't need to walk into mind guns.
All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I thought so would give him a Magitech prosthetic. Honestly, that'd be sick as hell. Magitech prosthetic or mind guns. I'm just